Hola, damas y caballeros, y bienvenidos a otro episodio de Carolina Language Solutions presenting. We are on location. So, estamos aquí. Take a look around, ladies and gentlemen. You can see where we are. We're going to start off a little different here. All right, so we're going to give you a little vibe, little island vibe, man. Them island boys are here. So we are going to give you a little island vibe. And this week's episode is not a survival Spanish episode. This is a episode that we need to give to our basic beginner Spanish speakers, right? So we are honing this episode for those who are first time learners of the language. So we want to give you the opportunity. We're going to chop and screw this thing, so slow it down so that you can understand where we're coming from. Soy Profe Don Omar y esta es Habla Conmigo TV. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, where we break things down for the person wanting to learn Spanish for the very first time, or you've taken a liking to the language or culture or some of the countries out here, and you're preparing for business moves or leisure moves or whatever it may be. We are trying to give you some information that's going to help you out. So where are we today? We're with the first episode of I Can't Speak This-ish, right? So a lot of times I run into people that tell me, oh, man, how do you do it, man? This stuff is crazy, man. I can't understand this. I can't speak this. So we're going to try and break it down to you so that you can understand some of the general rules and guidelines you need to know when jumping off into pronunciation with the language. All right, so bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not visited our channel before, this is your first time here, make sure you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you know when we are dropping some of the brand new hotness for you. I want to make sure I'm putting down something so you can pick it up, and that is the game plan here today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep it moving. All right, so the first and foremost, we want to look at it like this. Also, we have our social media information for you. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, as well as just type into your search bar on any web-based browser, hablaconmigo.tv, and that'll take you directly to our YouTube channel. Once again, soy Profe Don Omar y vamos a empezar ahora. Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing we got here, aquí tenemos la palabra de hoy, or la palabra del día, today's word, or the word of the day. I like to bring a word of the day to you to kind of give you some vocabulary boost, as well as learning the function of the word in the language. So you can check out at the end here, we're going to give you a phrase to help you with the word of the day. All right, so we want to make sure you are well aware of what's going on here. So here we go. The word of the day is puedo. Okay, aquí tenemos puedo. Repite, por favor, puedo. Okay, puedo significa I can. I can. All right, so hoy vamos a empezar con las vocales. Tenemos 5 vocales. We have 5 vowels, the same 5 vowels that we have in English, right? So the pronunciation is different. It's slightly different here. All right, why? Because it's Spanish, it's not English. So the biggest thing that we have to make sure we understand is that these vowels are syllable timed. The language, Spanish, is syllable timed. What do we mean by that? It means you have to dedicate equal amounts of time to each syllable. Right. And so knowing your pronunciation of vowels is going to assist you in your pronunciation of any word in Spanish. So make sure you understand these vowels here. Once again, you also want to make sure you know that we don't have like short sounds and long sounds and vowels like we do in English. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So when you get this word, this letter, or you get a word with vowels in it, it's going to be the same pronunciation of these vowels. Let's jump off into them. All right, so biggest thing is in Spanish, pronunciation centers around the sounds of the vowels in each word. That's note number 1. Make sure you jot that information down into cuaderno. All right, put that in your notebook. All right, so aquí estamos con la primera vocal, A. En español, A. Okay, por ejemplo, Machu Picchu, right? Machu Picchu, A. Okay. La próxima. Aquí tenemos I, pero en español, E. Right? E. Ecuador. All right, Ecuador. All right, y aquí tenemos la letra E, right? E, which is the letter I in English. It can get a little confusing, but if you practice this, I promise you, repeat and practice, repasa y práctica, you'll get the difference between the two. All right. So la letra I en español, inglés. All right, inglés. La próxima, aquí tenemos la O. O, por ejemplo, Colombia. Colombia. Y ahora tenemos U, por ejemplo, U o Uruguay. All right, Uruguay. All right. So those were your vowels. A, E, I, O, U. All right. Ahora tenemos cinco letras. Cinco letras. ¿Y por qué son importantes? Right. So why are these important? Why are they important here? So let's take a look at it. It says these letters play an important role in the pronunciation of words in Spanish. Okay. So if you know these 5 letters and the rules that follow these, you are going to be well on your way to pronouncing these words correctly in español. All right, so vamos a empezar. La primera, aquí tenemos la letra H o H, right? H, pero no tenemos que saber. We don't need to know the actual letter and what the pronunciation is of it. We just need to know these rules. So let's take a look at it. So the H is always silent, right? The H is always silent in Spanish. So, por ejemplo, aquí tenemos hotel or hola or hospital, ¿ok? La próxima letra, J, right? J's are always pronounced as English H's. All right, so what do we mean by that? All right, if you know how English H's are pronounced, that is your native language or it's one of the foreign languages that you've learned, H's are always pronounced differently in English, right? So the J in Spanish is going to be equal to how you pronounce an H in English. Let's take a look. Mira aquí. Jugo, Jesucristo, joyas. All right. Y ahora tenemos la letra L o doble L, right? Double L or L makes an English Y sound, all right? Makes an English Y sound. Por ejemplo, calle, all right? Calle, calle. Oftentimes, you may hear people even pronounce it with like a soft J sound, calle. It just depends on where they're from. Everybody has their different pronunciation skills or dialect, all right? But ultimately, just know that you can always rely on this rule that doble L or L, all right, is pronounced with a small or with a soft Y sound, calle. All right, there's actually no L pronunciation in this letter, which makes it very, very unique. Y aquí tenemos quesadilla. You definitely don't want to be that guy or gal going into Chili's or what are some of these other places? You know, any typical Mexican restaurant or, you know, Applebee's and let me get an order of those chicken and cheese quesadillas, right? Got to make sure you remember that quesadilla, 2 L's make a Y sound, right? Quesadilla. Y también tenemos la palabra toalla. Por ejemplo, esta es una toalla, okay? All right, y la letra ñ, all right? Ñ has a special pronunciation that is similar to onion or Kanye in English, right? So you hear that sound of the pronunciation of onion, right? Nye, you got that nye sound, or Kanye, right? You hear that ñ sound in the word. Y aquí tenemos ejemplos, right? Año, niño, niña, uña, right? This is one of my favorites here. Double L's are always roll. If you know this commercial came out a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl, right? And your girl Cardi B did it best, right? When she hit the okrr, right? Okrr. All right. So that's a technique that you can definitely use to learn how to roll your R's. Oftentimes we can emulate the sound of a car, like an engine of a car. So you can take your tongue and put it on the roof of your mouth and blow and emulate the sound of a car engine, right? Right? Or like my man that what was that dude's name that did that song? what was it? I forget that dude's name. He was a one-hit wonder, right? Designer. Yeah, that was his name, right? Rah. It's the same combination, same situation there with the double R's, right? So let's look at some examples. Aquí tenemos perro. Oh, what was that? Panda. That's that song. My daughter sings that song. What is Kevin Hart in that movie Pets 2, right? So you can definitely take a listen to that, or watch this on YouTube with Cardi B with the Pepsi, and work on your pronunciation skills. So anyways, aquí tenemos perro, carro, and correr, right? All right. Now, ahora vamos a usar la palabra de hoy en una oración o una frase. Por ejemplo, we're going to use it in a phrase here today, the word of the day, right? So, puedo recordar estas reglas, right? Puedo recordar estas reglas. I can remember these rules, all right? And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping it up. Make sure you review and practice, repasa y práctica. All right, how can we do that? Here's some suggestions for helping you to practice, right? So you want to actively search out words in Spanish. It doesn't matter if you know what the word is. Just read an online newspaper, read an article. You just want to basically practice pronunciation skills, all right? The knowledge of what you're reading will come in the end, right? So, but right now we're just working on pronunciation skills. And then also make sure you're saying these words out loud. Right? You just want to take a list of vocab words, right? Just a list of Spanish vocabulary words or a list of verbs. Just practice saying them out loud, right? Record yourself on like a voice note, a video, a vlog, whatever you want to do, and enjoy your journey, right, of learning the language, right? So that way you can look back at day 1 when you were recording these, and then at day 67 to see your improvement. So that's an option. That's an idea for you. And then lastly, make sure you repeat the process. Just repeat this every day. Try to do at least 10 minutes a day. It definitely helps. Once again, we have some information here via Carolina Language Solutions as far as self-paced content. The top item we have here for you are 8 strategies, right? So you definitely want to take a look at that if you need some strategies on becoming a better Spanish speaker. We also have here in the bottom two self-paced content items that are broken down for women and for men. All right, so on the left we have our women's version of perfecting your pronunciation, and then we have the one on the right for men. Definitely take a look at the link below so that you can get access to those. And also now available, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our Survival Spanish episode 1. This is starting a basic conversation in Spanish. So once you leave here, you've mastered this, you want to go ahead and head over to our Survival Spanish episode 1, starting a basic conversation, so that you can continue to get better with your Spanish and enjoy this journey. Once again, soy Profe Don Omar. Estoy aquí en Grand Cayman. We'll check you out later. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, damas y caballeros, nos vemos.